The screen glows. A cursor blinks. Billions of impressions. Millions of clicks. Thousands of sales. It starts with one product, one post, one hopeful message into the digital void. This is your life, built on algorithms and attention, pixel by pixel. Level 1. The emerging creator. You're 19. You didn't stumble into this. You applied for the Digital Market Fundamentals program 3 times. The first 2, your market research proposals were rejected for insufficient data. This time, you secured one of 62 spots from 800 applicants. The program is 60 days, fully online. Your instructor is Marcus Thorne, a stoic man in his late 40s who keeps a well-worn tablet open to complex spreadsheets. He begins the first module. The algorithm is indifferent. Your audience is not. You learn platform mechanics, keyword optimization, thumbnail A/B testing, content scheduling to maximize active user hours. The first week is on content creation workflow. You are assigned to develop 30-second product review videos for a dropshipping niche. You meticulously study engagement metrics, analyzing scroll-stopping hooks and call-to-action placement. Chloe Vance, a peer in your study group, is always trying the latest viral sound, her laptop covered in stickers from defunct platforms. She believes in pure intuition, posting without keyword research. By week 4, Chloe's account is suspended for copyright violations on 5 separate posts. She drops out of the program, citing creative differences with the platform. You will not see her again. Later, years from now, you will argue with a platform representative about content monetization policies, feeling this same algorithmic indifference. But that is later. Right now, you are one of 38 remaining students, meticulously tracking impression-to-click ratios on your first 5 sample videos. The learning curve is steep. You understand that capturing the first click is only the beginning. Level 2. The active seller. You're 21. Your certification complete. You launch your first independent selling efforts, leveraging the Amazon Associates program. You spend 14-hour days A/B testing ad copy for a single niche product, ergonomic desk chairs. You cycle through 15 different headline variations and 20 product image sets in the first month, all meticulously logged in a shared Google Sheet. Traffic reports from Google Analytics become your daily scripture, detailing bounce rates and average session durations. Javier Rodriguez, a calm, experienced man in his 50s, volunteers to mentor you through the Shopify Partner Program. He sips lukewarm coffee from a chipped mug at all hours, reviewing your spreadsheets and advising on supplier selection. Authenticity, he says, his voice low, is a currency the algorithm cannot devalue. Everything else is a trend. He teaches you to vet suppliers in Guangdong, to understand shipping logistics from Shenzhen to Chicago, accounting for customs delays and tariffs. You learn the crucial difference between a raw click and a qualified lead. Understanding the intent behind the interaction, you discover that a 0.5% conversion rate on 10,000 clicks means 50 sales, not 500. The weight of that calculation sits with you, a quiet hum in your office as the city sleeps. You adjust your ad spend down by 30% for the next campaign, prioritizing quality over volume. Level 3. The content producer. You're 24. You move beyond basic affiliate selling, aiming for high-quality content production. This requires advanced skills. You enroll in a competitive 12-week intensive program focused on data analytics and market research, vying for one of 5 coveted mentorship slots with a top-tier brand. Your cohort starts with 40 participants, all with established selling histories. Serafina Sarah Chen, a sharp, analytical woman in her 30s, leads the assessment panel. She is known for her quick, decisive keyboard strokes during presentations, rarely making eye contact. You spend weeks dissecting Meta Blueprint certifications, learning to interpret complex audience segmentation data and predictive analytics models. You master the use of TubeBuddy and vidIQ for competitor analysis and trend forecasting. Your final project involves a deep dive into shifting consumer sentiment for sustainable fashion, using advanced sentiment analysis tools on 50,000 social media posts. You present your findings on a Friday afternoon to Sarah and 2 brand managers from Viridian Threads. She asks one question, her voice even. What is the single most actionable insight from your 80-page report? You answer with a specific trend in Gen Z purchasing behavior, backed by 3 distinct datasets and a projected 15% increase in conversion if implemented. You secure a mentorship with the brand. You have earned the opportunity to shape a narrative, not just sell a product. You understand that the numbers tell a story if you know how to read them and act on them. Level 4. The Brand Builder. You're 27. The mentorship with Viridian Threads concludes, but your personal brand has taken root. You are no longer just an affiliate. You are a recognized voice in sustainable fashion. You field multiple inquiries for sponsored content daily, sifting through offers for authenticity and audience alignment. Each email requires careful review, negotiating usage rights, exclusivity clauses, and FTC disclosure requirements with brand lawyers who bill at $450 an hour. You curate your public image with the precision of a surgeon, understanding that one misstep can unravel years of careful building. You filter out the negativity, the baseless accusations, the trolls who demand your full attention. You block 20 to 30 accounts a week, each one a small erosion of your peace. You manage a content calendar that extends 6 months out, coordinating with brand marketing teams and your own video editor, ensuring every post aligns with your values. You marry Anya on a crisp autumn Saturday. She is an architect, her mind always sketching building plans, even on restaurant napkins. She looks at your phone, buzzing with notifications, and says, "That thing owns you, doesn't it?" You tell her it doesn't. You believe it. You spend the rest of the evening discussing cantilevered designs for her next project. The digital world momentarily silenced. Notifications flash on the screen, illuminating the dark bedroom wall. Level 5. The Established Influencer. You're 30. Your brand is strong. You decide to launch your own product line. A small collection of ethically sourced, organic cotton basics. This is the culmination. You spend 8 months vetting suppliers in Peru and India, ensuring fair labor practices and material quality. You invest $30,000 into initial inventory and secure a warehouse space in Los Angeles. The marketing funnel is complex. Pre-order campaigns, email sequences, influencer collaborations, retargeting ads. You hire Ben Carter, an eager young man in his 20s, to manage your social media outreach. He pitches a new viral idea every morning with too much energy. He assures you, his strategy will guarantee a 5% conversion rate on launch day. The product launches. The initial sales are strong, but a week later the main supplier in Peru reports a critical dye lot contamination. 60% of your stock is compromised. Simultaneously, a major platform algorithm shift deprioritizes product links in organic posts. Your carefully planned launch falls apart. The refund requests flood in. Ben looks devastated. "I just don't understand," he says, staring at the analytics dashboard. You see the numbers. 200,000 impressions, 20,000 clicks, 500 sales, then 300 returns. That's a 99.75% casualty rate on the initial clicks, a bloodbath for the ROI. The warehouse is now half empty, half filled with unsellable inventory. You sit in your home office, the glow of the monitor reflecting in your eyes. The numbers don't lie. The weight of the unsellable product, the lost revenue, the damaged trust. You feel it in your gut. This is a mistake that will follow you. Level 6. The Multi-Platform Strategist. You're 32. The product line is liquidated at a 70% loss. The reputational damage requires a strategic pivot. You cannot rely on a single platform, a single product. You diversify. You spend months developing a multi-platform strategy, adapting your content for TikTok's short-form video, Pinterest's visual search, and LinkedIn's professional networking. You learn the nuances of each algorithm, understanding how a 15-second soundbite differs from a 1,500-word article. You repurpose long-form blog posts into bite-sized infographics and short video snippets, each tailored to a specific audience and platform expectation. You invest in advanced analytics tools like TubeBuddy and vidIQ, meticulously dissecting competitor strategies and identifying untapped niches. You track engagement rates, watch time, and audience demographics across 5 different platforms, creating custom dashboards for each. Javier Rodriguez calls you late one night. He sips his lukewarm coffee. "The algorithms," he says, his voice a low rumble. "They are like the weather. You cannot change them. You can only build a better roof. You understand. You begin offering consulting services, leveraging your experience to help smaller brands navigate the digital landscape. You discover a new satisfaction in teaching, in seeing others avoid the pitfalls you stumbled into. The work is different now. Less direct selling, more strategic guidance. You are always building a better roof. The quiet hum of your server rack is the only constant, a rhythm in the background. Level 7. The mentor. You're 35. Your consulting business grows. You transition into a leadership role, guiding a small team of emerging creators. You hire 2 full-time employees, Ben Carter, who has learned from his past enthusiasm, and Liam O'Connell, a quiet, observant young man in his early 20s who meticulously keeps detailed notes in a physical leather-bound journal. You delegate content creation, teach analytics interpretation, and strategize for long-term sustainability rather than viral hits. Your focus shifts from personal brand to team success. A high-stakes collaborative project for a global nonprofit tests your ability to lead. The project involves coordinating content across 12 different creators, targeting a fundraising goal of $500,000 in 30 days. One creator misses a crucial deadline, jeopardizing the entire campaign. You work 72 hours straight, recutting videos, rewriting copy, and re-optimizing ad spend to compensate. The campaign hits its target on day 29. Anya is quiet when you come home. She's sketching a new building design at the kitchen table. She doesn't look up. Liam called, she says. He said you were fine. You look at the empty coffee cup, the stale toast. You missed your daughter's school play for this. You sit down next to Anya, but she continues to draw, not looking at you. The cost is not just financial. The silence in the kitchen stretches, thick and heavy. Level 8. The thought leader. You're 38. Your influence extends beyond direct sales and team management. You are now a recognized voice in the social media ecosystem. You accept invitations to speak at industry conferences, advising on ethical practices and the impact of algorithm shifts. Your presentations, honed over years, distill complex data into actionable insights for audiences of 500 to 1,000. You engage directly with platform representatives, advocating for creator rights and transparent policy changes. These meetings often happen in sterile, windowless conference rooms in Silicon Valley. You sit across from legal teams and policy strategists, debating the nuances of monetization models and content moderation guidelines. You push for clearer communication regarding algorithm updates, detailing the financial impact of sudden shifts on independent creators. One afternoon, you meet with Eleanor Vance, a composed platform representative from Meta Blueprint. She listens patiently, her expression carefully neutral, to your 15-minute presentation on the disproportionate impact of a recent ad policy change on small businesses. We appreciate your feedback, she says, her voice even. Our internal data suggests this change improved overall user experience by 0.08%. The numbers, always the numbers. You drive back to your hotel, the city lights a blur. You think about the hundreds of creators who lost 30% of their ad revenue overnight. You see the raw numbers of digital commerce, the clicks, the conversions, the vast, silent majority of people who scroll past. Level 9, the entrepreneur. You're 45. You establish your own digital agency, Pixel Path Solutions. You launch proprietary analytics tools and educational programs, aiming to equip creators with the knowledge you painstakingly acquired. This involves navigating complex legal frameworks. You file for 5 separate intellectual property copyrights, protecting your algorithms and course content. You spend 18 months in contentious negotiations with a former contractor who attempted to replicate your core software. You sit in a room with a lawyer who refuses to open his folder, just like you once imagined. The fight is for industry-wide standards, for ethical practices against a tide of get-rich-quick schemes. You face constant market saturation, with new gurus emerging daily, peddling generic advice for exorbitant fees. You remember the product recall, the 99.75% casualty rate on those initial clicks. That experience, the quiet shame of it, informs every risk assessment you make now. You call Sarah Chen, now a senior executive at a major e-commerce platform, seeking her endorsement for your new certification program. Proof of concept matters, she says, her voice crisp. Show me the data, not just the vision. You send her the 12-month metrics. 1,500 students enrolled, 850 successful graduates launching their own ventures. You have personally reviewed 12,000 project submissions. You have prevented 47 known instances of deceptive marketing practices by your students. You have seen 3.2 million unique visitors to your platform, resulting in only 12,000 conversions. That's a 99.6% casualty rate in the conversion funnel, a bloodbath for the industry. You understand the cost. You stand on the precipice of real change, fighting for it with spreadsheets and legal briefs. Level 10. The quiet legacy. You're 55. The screen goes dark for good. You attend a small private gathering at a local bistro, hosted by Liam and Ben. Liam, now running his own successful analytics firm, attempts a toast, listing your accomplishments. 2 decades, thousands of students, millions of impressions. The numbers feel hollow. They don't capture the late nights, the constant anxiety of algorithm changes, the quiet satisfaction of a genuine connection. You nod, but the words blur. You think about Marcus Thorne, the stoic instructor who taught you how to dissect a marketing funnel, his voice echoing in your mind. Data is truth, but truth is not always simple. You think about Javier Rodriguez, sipping his lukewarm coffee, telling you that algorithms are like the weather. You remember Chloe Vance, bright-eyed and eager, the first one to drop out, who now runs a small, successful local pottery studio, completely offline. You think about Anya, your pragmatic architect, who waited patiently for you to finish one more late-night strategy session, her drawings spread across the kitchen table. You remember her question, "That thing owns you, doesn't it?" You drive home alone, the quiet hum of your electric car, a stark contrast to the constant digital notifications that once defined your life. The house is dark. You step into the silent living room. The only light comes from the street lamp outside. You sit in your favorite armchair, the one without a screen nearby. The institution never remembers the quiet battles, the unseen optimizations, the moments of genuine human connection forged in a sea of algorithms. Only you do. That was always the point. The digital noise fades. The clicks stop. You spent your life chasing impressions. But what truly mattered were the quiet connections, the small victories, the people you helped.